Hey fam! Hi family, it is I the chemist and welcome to day 29 of a story of my accountability. And the story is of me moisturizing my hair, and we are using our cucumber water and okra water with 5 drops of peppermint oil, and we're just going in on our hair and we're just keeping track, see how we're doing in terms of growing our postpartum section, which if you've been following, is looking pretty good, especially on this side. And this is what it's looking like on this side. So my hair is a little awkward looking because I had my not my bonnet, but my do-rag. There we go, that's the word. Had my do-rag on all day doing my housework. So it looks a little rough for wear, but that's because the do-rag was do-ragging. But yes, I was home today. And remember how yesterday I said that the pure goal of today is to just be unconscious until the middle half of their day? Yeah, I remember saying that. I remember saying that. But apparently, I didn't get the appropriate sign off from the powers that be, with the powers that be also going by the title of the children. So they did not complete the sign off. So naturally, first thing in the morning, they're out here looking for me. So I started with the oldest one, my 6, soon to be 7-year-old daughter, rolls up on me. Now she thought she was being slick, right? Because what she did was, I'm on my bed, I'm asleep, but you know, my mama's senses were tingling. I was like, I hear sound, but I told myself nothing before noon. So I was just there pretending to be asleep. This girl bounces directly next to me on my side of the bed. Bounces. And it wasn't a cute, delicate little girl bounce. Pretty sure she put her ancestors' weight onto the bed next to her as she bounced. Now, I was already like awake, so that didn't shake me, shock me, none of that. I just continued to be pretending to be asleep, but I was fully aware of her. Now, she did this the first time, no reaction. Did it the second time, a few minutes apart, still no reaction. What does she do next? Great question. She goes and she gets her tablet, puts the tablet on right next to my head, watching whatever it was she was watching. I don't remember, but it's kid friendly enough. So right next to my head, has her tablet on, full volume. I'm still here pretending to be asleep. She's not happy with this. Mommy, nothing. Zero reaction from me. I'm asleep. What does she do? She goes and she recruits her brother, the 4-year-old. She goes and wakes him up. Because who respects sleep in this house? Not her. Nobody here. Wakes her up. Wakes him up. He comes down because I was asleep downstairs. And he also bounces onto the bed. And he was the bold one. He proceeded to touch me in his attempt to wake me up. And you know, if you come in contact with children, they don't temper their strength. They just go in full ham. So he's like, Mommy! So at this point, I couldn't feign death, and I had to procure light violence. Light, minimal, very tiny. Just hey, don't hit mommy like that. Mommy doesn't like it. And also, I'm asleep. And then I proceeded to go back to sleep. Of course, big sister saw the whole interlude. She's still there with her tablet. So she's like, okay, mommy's asleep. Don't bother mommy. Baby, the brother's like, okay, mommy's asleep. Got it. We'll just be quiet. And we all know that kids don't know how to be quiet. they will use their inside-outside voice right next to my head. But again, I told myself nothing until noon, so I'm just there in and out of consciousness. Okay. I can't deduce how much time has gone by, but it couldn't have been no more than 10, 15, 20 if we're being really, really generous. And the daughter goes, "Mommy, I'm hungry. When are you gonna give me breakfast?" What's that got to do with me? I'm sleeping. Trying to sleep here. "Mommy, I'm hungry. When are we gonna eat?" And naturally, that's all the help that the 4-year-old needs, because he choruses in tandem. You know, they're just doing this little breakfast remix. Where's the food? Again, no reaction from me because I'm supposed to be sleeping until noon. My daughter is audacious, you guys. What does she say? Because I've given her silence. She goes, "Mommy, when are you going to feed your children? I've told you we're hungry. When are you going to feed your children?" It is way too early in the morning for this to be happening. Way too early. Especially when I said I ain't getting up until noon. Okay? Of course, I peeked at the clock at this point. Fam, it's barely 7:30. It's barely 7:30. I'm feeling highly disrespected at this point. How dare you wake me up on a Saturday, barely 7:30, telling me, "When are you gonna feed your children?" You have access to the fridge and the pantry. You can get yourself a snack, okay? Like, it's not like the house is locked down and you don't have any access to the food. So naturally, I continued to ignore her. She wasn't happy with that. Goes upstairs to go find Papa. "Papa, Mommy's asleep and she won't give us breakfast. Can you feed your children?" Not the snitching. "Mommy says she's asleep. Can you feed us?" Not the snitching. Bam. What did they want? Cereal. Naturally. They wanted cereal. But there's no cereal in the house. Like, they literally ate the last bit yesterday.
Mommy,
Yeah. What's that?
I tell you.
Okay, go. Give it to your brother. See you. Close my door.
Okay.
Bye. You guys. See you. So yeah, that was my morning. There was no cereal in the house. So Papa had to go gather himself first thing in the morning, go to wherever it was that he went to get the cereal. Also, further insult.
Mommy,
What is that? Oh, that looks really nice. Thank you. Go show it to Papa.
yeah, Mommy.
Oh, thanks. You're so kind and generous. All right, see you.
Yeah, Mommy.
See you. He gave me his hanger. Yes, so kind. So yes, further insults. The cereal in question, they have their kids' cereal, and then we also have mommy's cereal. Mommy's cereal. Emphasis on the mommy's cereal. Everybody wants mommy's cereal. They don't care for their cereal. They just want mommy's cereal. I don't want any more, but thank you. No more, all done. No more, all done. Love you too. Another hanger. Okay, so yes. Mommy's cereal is the equivalent of bran, Raisin Bran. It's Raisin Bran with oat clusters and raisins and dates and pecans. That's mommy's cereal. Boring, fibrous, so I could poop. That's what they want to eat. I'm here thinking they would never. They do consistently all the time. Can we have mommy's cereal? Emphasis on mommy cereal. You guys, I got up at 9:30, which in kid time is practically tomorrow, the next day. So according to them, that was more than ample sleep. Close enough. So I'm just gonna call it a win because I made it kind of until 9-ish in the morning. It's close to midday. It was midday somewhere, you know, in like Nigeria or something. Can I help you? Bye. Okay, so yes. And that was my morning. So of course, once I get up, I don't sit down until it's bedtime, which is why I wanted to get my rest in. So yes, they ate their cereal, multiple bowls of their cereal, my cereal. And then I spent the rest of the morning tidying up the kitchen. I juiced my fruits. I'm in my juicing craze. I had a ton of beets. That I didn't want to go bad. So I put it in my juicer and I just spent the morning making my juice, and that's what I had for breakfast, juice, lots of juice. And I made tea and I drank my juice, and that was my morning. So it was a you know, a light morning. It was a me morning. Nothing aggressive, nothing serious. We'll do a take 2 to see if mom can get in some undisturbed sleep. Pray for me, okay? Pray for me. But overall, it was a good day. So 2 minutes done. No, my hair is not washed. It's not gonna happen this weekend. I've given up on it. But I'm gonna try and do measurements tomorrow so we have a general idea of what we're working with. It's been a month, you guys, 30 days tomorrow. This is what we're looking like. I feel like my lineup is terrible. Hopefully when the hair grows back completely, fully, is like the most crooked of the crooked lineups that ever lined up the lineup of lineup history. But yes, this is what growth looks like. Really excited. Another 30 days, we'll see where we're at. So we'll do some type of measurement day 30 tomorrow, and then we will continue with our recipe for another 30 days. Well, 60 days. Well, backtrack. 30 days we'll do measurements every 30 days essentially. So once a month we'll assess, and then after our 90-day period is done, we will see if we want to keep that same recipe, or if we want to make adjustments. I feel like I might, but we'll see. All right, so I bid you adieu until the morrow.